Hello everyone and welcome back, and if it's your first time, welcome. I'm Justin, and it's that time again. It's time for another movie haul. Today I mostly have Dollar Tree movies, but I also have a couple of non-Dollar Tree movies, one from Amazon and the other from Walmart. So go ahead and jump right into it today, and I'm going to hit you with the two that I didn't get from Dollar Tree. First of all, Walmart. This one, I had gone to Walmart one day. I forget what I was going for, but I always kind of do the same thing. Most times when I go to Walmart, no matter what I'm there for, I always go check the toys, go check the pops, and then while I'm over there looking at the pops in the collectible section, I'll kind of browse the DVDs as well. This here was with the new release movies, or with the, should I say, the Halloween movies, the new ones that they released with all the special slip covers and all of that. This was in there with those, and it was only $4, and that is Hellfest. Couldn't pass up on this for $4. My girlfriend and I watched this, I think, last year, and we really enjoyed it. So for $4, I decided to pick it up. I'll probably give it a rewatch, sometime in the near future. This one is a 2018 release, rated R, 1 hour and 29 minutes. It says a group of friends are bound for a horror-themed Halloween event at a local amusement park. A sprawling labyrinth of rides, games, and mazes that travels the country and happens to be in town. But for one visitor, the ghoulish Carnival of Nightmares is not the attraction. It is a hunting ground. On the night the friends attend, a masked serial killer returns the amusement park into its own playground, terrorizing attendees while the rest of the patrons believe that it is all part of the show. As the body count and frenzied excitement of the crowd continue to rise, who will fight to survive the night? This is a pretty good movie. It's one of those kind of that didn't have. It just kind of came out of nowhere, and it's really it surprised a lot of people. It's a pretty good movie. Tony Todd, aka Candyman, has a cameo in here as one of the amusement park actors, and yeah, it's a pretty sweet movie. For $4, could not pass up on that one. And let me show you the disc. I almost forgot already, and it is a sad plain disc with the title barely visible on it. I hate lazy discs, but oh well. Next up, I'm so glad that I finally was able to pick this up for such a steal on Amazon. Been watching this for a while. It dropped down to $10, and I had to go ahead and sweep it up. I had to get it. And that is the Batman collection. Batman Returns, Batman Forever, and Batman and Robin on Blu-ray for $10. I have all of these on digitally. I got on sale a year or two ago, but I wanted physical copies, and so I was really happy to finally grab up this one. Such a good collection. All these movies are good in their own right. Batman and Robin gets a lot of slack, but I enjoyed it. It holds a special place in my heart. I like Arnold Schwarzenegger as Mr. Freeze. I like Uma Thurman as Poison Ivy. And then we've got the disc art that is Batman there. And then underneath it, it's one of those like double ones. Underneath that, sweet disc art for Batman Returns. Got Batman Forever again, sweet disc art. Yep. And last but not least, Batman and Robin again, sweet disc art for at least 3 out of the 4 movies. Why couldn't Batman match? Either way, super happy to have these in my physical movie collection now, especially on DVD, or especially on Blu-ray. 4 movies for $10 is an absolute steal. So those are the two non-Dollar Tree movies there. Next up, let me double check to make sure I'm not lying. Yeah, all the rest here are Dollar Tree movies. I'll start with the Blu-rays first. First of all, we've got Stone Cold Steve Austin in a double feature here, Tactical Force and Recoil. Both of these movies, 2011. They're both rated R. Tactical Force is 1 hour and 31 minutes. Recoil is 1 hour and 34 minutes. I've never seen either one, or actually, I may have seen Tactical Force, but I have not seen Recoil. Tactical Force says, during a training exercise in a remote airplane hangar, Captain Tate, played by Steve Austin, and his team stumble upon a covert meeting between two rival gangs hunting a rare and valuable item. Michael Jai White and Keith Jardine also star, delivering a fast-paced fast-paced fighting. Can't see, I got glasses on. Delivering fast-paced fighting and high-octane action. And then with Recoil, we've got the age-old battle between good versus evil plays out in the town of Hope, Washington, when mysterious stranger Ryan Verrett, played by Steve Austin, blows in with nothing on his mind but payback. Guns blaze, knives glimmer, and fists fly in this tale of good, evil, and stone-cold vengeance. And I believe, yes, here is the disc art. That's the one for Tactical Force. And then Recoil. So Danny Trejo is Steve Austin's co-star in Recoil. I'm guessing that's the man that he's wanting to get vengeance upon is Danny Trejo. But yeah, I'm pretty sure I saw Tactical Force a long time ago, but Recoil, I've never seen that one, so I picked this up for $1 on a Blu-ray. If you haven't seen my past videos, I am a big Stone Cold Steve Austin fan. He was one of my absolute favorites back in the day. So there you go on that one. Next up, we've got Claire Holt and Mandy Moore in 47 Meters Down. This movie, I enjoyed this movie. I know it got a lot of people talk bad about this movie. I enjoyed it when I saw it a couple years ago. Not amazing or anything like that, but I did enjoy it. I think it's a good movie. However, the sequel, I did not enjoy whatsoever. The sequel to this, I mean, I don't think it had anything to do with, other than the title 47 Meters Down, had nothing to do with the first one anyway. This one's 2017 PG-13, 1 hour and 29 minutes. When the cable of their shark observation cage breaks, sisters Lisa, played by Mandy Moore, and Kate, played by Claire Holt, sink to the bottom of the ocean. As they battle injuries and a lack of oxygen, they must find a way to surface, but their only path to safety is swimming with massive great white sharks. Like I said, I enjoyed it. I picked it up for $1. Next up, this one I have not seen, but it sounds interesting. Oh, and this one too, and as I forgot to show the disc for that, this one's cool because obviously this is like the Canadian version, which is what Dollar Tree gets a lot of the times. The inside flap has the French version, whatever. It's all in French, so that's pretty sweet. Thought that was a nice little nice little thing about this one. But yeah, this next one here I have not seen before, but I read about it and it's interesting. I've heard about it. I think I've seen the trailer for it before, but it's called Mid-90s. Says it's written and directed by Jonah Hill. Follows Steve, a 13-year-old who spends his summer navigating between his troubled home life and a group of new friends that he meets at a skateboard shop. It says it's featuring original music by Trent Reznor and Atticus Ross and produced by Scott Rudin of The Social Network. Has audio commentary, deleted scenes, cast and crew interviews. This one just seemed really interesting. 2018 rated R, 1 hour and 25 minutes. Growing up in the 90s, it was, that's kind of the thing that's happening now. We saw it a lot in the early 2000s, in the 90s and 2000s. A lot of movies made about life in the 80s, and now that we're in the 2020s, a lot of movies are starting to be made about life in the 90s, which makes me feel old. Looking forward to checking this out and seeing how it is. Hopefully it is true to the 90s. We'll see. Hopefully it's a good movie. It's a coming of age tale, it seems. Next is the last Blu-ray in the Dollar Tree haul, and these are from 2 different Dollar Trees. All these movies, they're not from the same one, but I think they're from 2 different ones. This one here, the last Blu-ray, and I was surprised to find this, and it was the only one that I saw too. This one is from 1976, PG, 2 hours long. It is Rocky, starring Sylvester Stallone. I've seen this movie in the past, and it's okay. I know that it is now considered a classic. A lot of people absolutely love this movie. It's okay. But for $1, I had to pick it up. It also says it has over 3 hours of Blu-ray bonus features, including 8mm home movies. It has director commentary, a 3-part making of documentary, behind the scenes featurettes, including makeup, music, directing, and camera work, boxing featurettes, tributes and video commentary by Sylvester Stallone himself. So very, very interesting. And it's the Blu-ray DVD combo. I didn't show. Man, I'm sorry. That's the mid-90s disc. And then we got the Rocky discs. Blu-ray is lame and it's a blue disc, and then there's the Rocky. I guess at least they made them different, because there has been times when I've gotten the Blu-ray DVD combo and both the discs were exactly the same, except the Blu-ray had the little Blu-ray logo on it that was so minuscule that you had to get this close to see it. But yeah, that one is a great find for $1. I haven't seen anybody else find Rocky, so if you did find Rocky at the Dollar Tree, let me know in the comments, because I'd like to know, were there a lot of those, or was that one of the gems of this group of movies? This drop, as people like to call it. So, all of these are DVDs now, 2 for 6 DVDs from Dollar Tree this time. First up, we'll start with John Cusack in, gotta look at my notes here, 2012 rated R, 1 hour and 50 minutes, The Raven. I remember watching this movie. I was disappointed at the time of watching this movie, but I do want to give it a rewatch because it has a very interesting premise to it. Luke Evans is also in this one too. I like him. He's good. So John Cusack and Luke Evans star in this blood-curdling tale of horror that's as dark and haunting as the legendary master of the macabre who inspired it, Edgar Allan Poe. Baltimore, 1849. While investigating a horrific double murder, police detective Emmett Fields, played by Luke Evans, makes a startling discovery. The killer's methods mirror the twisted writings of Edgar Allan Poe, played by John Cusack. Suspecting Poe at first, Fields ultimately enlists the writer's help to stop the future attacks. But in this deadly game of cat and mouse, the stakes are raised with each gruesome slaying as the pair races to catch a madman before he brings every one of Poe's shocking stories to chilling life and death. But yeah, I'm looking forward to giving this a rewatch. I believe this is on some streaming service, or at least it was. And I don't know that actor's name. He is also in it. He's been in a lot of good movies as well. He was in 28 Days Later. So yeah, I'm looking forward to giving this a rewatch. Maybe I'll, watching it again, I won't have as such high expectations as I did when I first saw it, because I am quite a fan of Edgar Allan Poe's work. So, and I like John Cusack. I don't know what it is about John Cusack. Even though he's slowly becoming Nicolas Cage as far as like making a lot of movies, he is not anywhere near. I mean, Nicolas Cage makes like 100 movies a year, but John Cusack, he's been in a lot of stuff, a lot of movies that you don't even hear anything about, and suddenly, there's a new movie with John Cusack. All right, next we've got a movie from 1997, rated R, 1 hour and 35 minutes, starring Joe Pesci. I got 8 heads in a duffel bag. I've never seen this movie. I've heard about it. I've heard the title. I saw it on like the TV Guide, back in the day on the TV Guide channel and stuff. But I've never watched it myself. But I was interested. It seemed like, and I did it again. Oops, I did it again. Didn't show the Raven disc, but I like that it's basically the same as the cover. Did it again. This one though, the back shows David Spade is in it as well. I don't know, what he's on the back, so he's actually named on the back. So maybe he has, a decent role to play in this, or fairly large role. But also says Joe Pesci, Christy Swanson, and David Spade are all in this. Says hitman Tommy Spinelli, played by Pesci, has 24 hours to deliver a bag of 8 quote former associates, end quote, to an angry mob boss in San Diego. But when a fellow traveler, Charlie, played by Andy Camus, I don't know how to pronounce. I'm sorry. It's Comeau. Mistakenly takes the bag, and the heads go to Baja, and Tommy just goes ballistic. While the hitman desperately tries to find Charlie, Charlie desperately tries to find a way to get the bag's horrific contents back across the border. Who's going to wind up with the heads, and who's just going to lose his? Only one thing's for sure, they'll both have to use their noggins to get out of this one. A lot of pun in that. But yeah, I don't know, it seems like an interesting movie. It's a comedy, but I mean, I don't know. I've never seen it before, but I guess we will check it out eventually. But there you go. There's the disc. I did not forget this time. All right, next we've got from 2013, rated R, 1 hour and 33 minutes. 21 and over. I saw this movie probably back around the time it came out. I remember enjoying it. It's a comedy. It has some pretty good moments that I remember in here. So I decided to pick it up for $1. I think it'll be good for a rewatch. It says, from the writers of The Hangover comes a reckless and raunchy comedy 21 years in the making. On the day before a critical interview, straight-A college student Jeff Chang gets a surprise visit from his 2 best buds to celebrate his 21st birthday. In no mood to party, Jeff finally agrees to a single drink, which quickly leads to an over-the-top, out-of-control night filled with epic beer pong, smoking hot co-eds, and one angry buffalo. Can Jeff's friends get their plastered pal cleaned up in time for his morning appointment? It's worth a shot. Like I said, I remember enjoying this one, so looking forward to giving that a rewatch at some point as well. And there is the disc. All right. Next up, from 2007, PG-13, 2 hours and 2 minutes. We got Ocean's 13. I love Ocean's 11 a lot. One of my favorites. I love the casting, the chemistry with the cast and everything. I really enjoy that movie. Ocean's 12 was a huge disappointment. I don't remember a lot about this one, but I do remember I liked this one as well, and a hell of a lot more than Ocean's 12. Ocean's 12 was so bad. This one here, though, it's bolder, riskier, the most dazzling heist yet. George Clooney, Brad Pitt, Matt Damon, and more reteamed with director Steven Soderbergh for a split-second caper that stacks the deck with wit, style, and cool. Danny Ocean again runs the game, so no rough stuff. No one gets hurt, except for the double-crossing Vegas kingpin Willie Bank, played by Al Pacino. Ocean's crew will hit him where it hurts, in his wallet. On opening night of Bank's posh new casino tower, The Bank, every turn of the card and roll the dice will come up a winner for bettors, and they'll hit him in his pride, making sure the tower doesn't receive a coveted 5-diamond award. That's just the start of the flim-flams. The boys are out to break the bank. Place your bets. Like I said, I don't remember a lot about this. I just remember enjoying it, so I decided to pick it up. I have Ocean's 11. Like I said, Ocean's 12 is terrible. I'll never own that one. But I have Ocean's 13. 2 left. First, we've got Ryan Gosling, Paul Schneider, Patricia Clarkson, Emily Mortimer, and Kelly Garner. This one here is from, again, 2007, PG-13, 1 hour and 46 minutes. Lars and the Real Girl. I really enjoyed this movie. I ended up catching it, I want to say it was like on some streaming service, maybe Amazon Prime at some point, a few years ago. I ended up watching and just, it sounded interesting, and I really enjoyed it. I think it was good. This is one that don't hear people talk about. Majority of people probably don't know anything about it unless you're like a huge Ryan Gosling fan. Maybe you've watched it because you watch everything that he does, but it's a pretty good movie. It's a little weird though, I'll be honest with that one. It says Lars, played by Ryan Gosling, it says Academy Award nominee. Ryan Gosling, a sweet but quirky guy who thinks he's found the girl of his dreams in a life-sized doll named Bianca. Lars is completely content with his artificial girlfriend, but when he develops feelings for Margot, an attractive co-worker, Lars finds himself lost in a hilariously unique love triangle, hoping to somehow discover the real meaning of true love. You'll be swept off your feet by Lars and the Real Girl. It's an odd movie. It was to see Ryan Gosling in such a role is, it's strange, but it's a pretty good movie. I enjoyed it a lot, so I decided to pick it up to have in my collection. All right, last but not least, this one here, I'm surprised that I found, and I don't know. I feel like it's a special one for some people, and some people might think I'm nuts for being so happy that I found this movie, but whatever. This one here, from 1997, PG, 1 hour and 38 minutes, starring Nathan Lane, Lee Evans, and a mouse. Mouse Hunt. I found this at the second Dollar Tree that we went to. The one that's in between, that's kind of in between the one by our place and then the other side of town. We have 3. There's one in the middle that for some reason I just never go to, and we ended up stopping at that one and checking it out to see what they had. And they had some decent ones, but this was the one that I didn't see initially when I looked through, and then I looked again because sometimes you miss stuff, and I ended up spotting this one, and I was so excited. This is the only one that I bought that day, and yeah, I absolutely love this movie a lot. This is one that I watched as a kid. I think I don't know if we own this one or not, but I remember watching it a lot. Maybe it was one of those that came on TV often that I ended up watching. But yeah, this one here says, down on their luck, brothers Lars and Ernie Schmuntz, Nathan Lane and Lee Evans, don't think much of the crumbling old mansion that they inherit until they discover that their dilapidated estate is actually worth millions. But before they can cash in, they've got to get rid of the house of its single stubborn occupant, a tiny and tenacious mouse. What might seem like child's play becomes an epic battle of hysterical proportions. I like this movie a lot. Like I said, I watched it a lot growing up, and super, super happy to have found that one. And I got it for $1, so I had to pick it up. And like I said, some people might have that one might hold a special place in other people's hearts too. Let me know in the comments if you love that movie as much as I do, or if you love that movie, because I absolutely do. I watched it a lot. But that is it for the movie haul for this time. And yeah, most of these were from Dollar Tree over a couple of visits to the Dollar Tree to see what they got in this drop. And there were some that I still didn't see that others found. Like it's weird, just like only finding the one Mouse Hunt, only seeing the one Rocky. And this one I didn't see in anybody else's videos that I watched. So I don't know. It's weird how those things go. That's why you got to get out there and see what your Dollar Tree has whenever they do drops. There should be at least one more drop before the end of the year. And I think wasn't last year's the last drop that they did at the end of the year, wasn't that the big one that like a lot of people went crazy about? I don't know, but that's gonna do it. I am, this has been a lot longer than I thought it was going to be, but as always, thank you so much for watching. I appreciate it. Thumbs up if you liked the video, subscribe so you can see when I upload new videos and show off more of my movie haul. And I just shook the camera a little, sorry about that. Ring the bell, all of that stuff, that whole spiel at the end of the videos. And I'll see you next time.